Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create this Jungle Book typography illustration in the app IBIS Paint X. I'll be giving step-by-step instruction and the techniques I used to create this. So don't skip the video anywhere, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and check out all the videos. You will find some useful information from me. So first, I'm going to open a FSD canvas in my IBIS Paint X app, and here in the first layer I'm going to use the text. So this is the first layer, and if I click on the text, automatically it will create a new layer, so don't worry about that. In IBS Paint X, when we use the text, it always create a separate layer for text, and we cannot do any other drawing or any other thing in that layer, but I will show you how to make it possible. So here you can see I just typed and change the font, also change the size of the jungle and placing like this. You can also change the spacing between the text using the spacing option. Also, you can change the font you like this by choosing the default text, or you can also download the different fonts from Google. So I will just create a new layer and type book, because you can also create multiple text boxes in a single text layer, but I need to do some different tasks with that. So I just created a separate layer and then clicked on the text option so that you'll have the text in different layers. So these layers are not useful right now, and I'm just duplicating the jungle layer. Right now this is a text layer, so when you are doing something with that, just if you click on the filter option, it will rasterize. Just click on the OK, then you can do anything on that text layer. So here you can see I'm using extrude perspective to create some three-dimensional look for the text. I'm just checking out the color that can be used for this one. So I'm going for some darker colors. So like this, you can change the color and select the color you want. Also adjust the lightening of that 3D highlights. Now once you feel okay, click on the stick. Now I just going to perform on this layer, just hiding all the other layers, because whatever we have done this in this layer will not be visible if we have the same text kind of layer beneath that. So I just switched off the visibility of that layer, and as always we can't do anything on the filter. I mean the text layer, just click on the filter, and once it get rasterized, then you can draw or erase anything in the text layer. So here you can see I'm using lasso eraser to erase some part like this to create some um, typography details for this text jungle. So like this. Now switch on the visibility of the other layer, and on the top layer I'm going to use the bevel inner filter. Just adjust and see the height, smoothness, highlight size of this, and check out what looks good. Like this. Adjust like this. Also adjust the lighting and click on the stick. So our text jungle is ready, but I need to add some shadow. So going back to the excluded layer and just click on the drop shadow filter and adjust the radius, distance, also color if you want. So I am just going for something brown like this. Okay, now we have done everything with the jungle. Now I'm going to the book, doing the same process once again but in different style. So just click on this filter and click on the yes to rasterize. So we are working on the lower layer. The same as before, I'm going to add some 3D details for this. So I'm using exclude perspective, also increasing the depth a little bit more. Now switch off the visibility of the other layer and work on the first layer. Just click on the filter so that you can do anything in this. Now I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to erase some part of this text like this using the lasso eraser. And now switch on this and going to the filter for the first layer. I'm using this not bevel enough, so it also looks good, but it looks almost similar to the top text that we have. So I'm going for emboss. So keeping it in color option and changing the height, we can get something like this. Also change the lighting like this. Okay, now the text is blurry, but it looks more different from the color theme that I'm doing. So I'm going to add some outer strokes for this textbook with the brown color. So I'm using dual outer, just the lighting. Now I'm going to create uh, new layers for this clipping layers for this top layer. One is linear bond blending mode layer and another one is add blending mode. Sorry, I'm using overlay. So in the overlay blending mode layer, I'm going to add some brown color, red color to add some shadings so that you can see the gray color or changing to brown, because we don't want a gray color in the brown golden theme artwork. So for that I'm changing the colors using the overlay blending mode. Now create another layer with add blending mode and add some highlight colors. So here I'm going to use yellow like this. Here as well. Now so this is how it looks. Now moving back to the bottom layer, I'm going to draw something like a wooden board, irregular shaped wooden board. So I'm using lasso fill tool and using very dark brown color and making a random shape. So you can also make a perfect square or rectangle, something like that. But here I'm keeping some kind of jungle style and something like a damaged wood look. So I'm making a random shape like this and duplicating this On the top layer, I'm going to apply and see what filter looks good. So here I'm trying build outer filter because I'm going to add some corner details. So now you can see it looks like more wood with 3D details. Then once I done, I'm just switching on the bevel inner filter as well and checking out how it looks. So now it looks like a perfect wood, but we have to add some, you know, wooden details. We will do that later on. So here, this is good. Now just go to material and go to this material pattern, and here you can find some wooden styles. So go down, and here you can see grain 05 or grain 06, flooring 02, and grain 07. You can try any of these. I'm going to use grain 05 here. Just adjust the size just by moving the anchor points, and now make this layer as a clipping layer for this wood. And we have already done so much details for that layer, so just change the blending mode of this wooden layer to hot light or overlay or whatever suits for your style. Now I feel like the darker color looks more fading out the wooden details. So I'm just changing the color to something like a beige color. Just create another layer. I'm going to add some highlight details for this. So like a shiny glossy wood. So I'm going to create such a look, and shadings like this. Then just blur it out using the Gaussian blur like this. Now at the bottom layer, I'm going to apply the background color. Just try out different colors and choose which looks best for your artwork. Now I'm going to create another layer at the bottom of the wooden layer, and here I'm going to draw the leaves. So I'm using the felt tip pen hard brush and green color. Here I'm going to draw the leaf. So you can try different leaf, you can try out different brush like anything like charcoal brush or crayon or something like that, or you can go well with the lasso fill as well. So here I'm using the lasso fill tool instead of brush to draw this because I am feeling very comfortable with this tool to draw leaves or any shapes very easily. So I just finished this leaves. Okay, now click on the filter and choose the bevel inner. You'll get a realistic 3D leaf-like look. Also change the highlight color to something more yellowish or greenish because this is a leaf. Also change the lighting and see which looks better. Now I'm just going to duplicate the layer and change the position using the flip horizontal, flip vertical options, and place it like here. You can now it looks good. Though the we have done so much, but our background still looks empty. So I'm going to add some highlights here. So I'm using the add blending mode layer, and using the airbrush I'm adding this highlight so that we can bring some variation in the color of the background. Also, I'm going to create a linear burn blending mode layer to dark, to make the corners dark. So I'm using the same background color, but the blending mode is different, so it makes some darker look. Also, I'm going to add some shadow for the leaves. So I'm using the drop shadow filter for both the leaves layer. Change the color to black. Now it looks good. And again, at the top of all this, I'm going to create another layer with add blending mode. So like this. So I'm using the dip pen lead brush and adding the strokes like this. Here you can see the blending mode is add. So why I'm doing this is to create some shiny glowy corners for this text, some hard glowing edges. Also for the book, this does not give so much difference, but it gives some minute details, making your artwork, your typography looks more professional and clear cut with minute details. So now just use the Gaussian blur, just blur it, very little bit, like 1 to 2 pixel. I'm going for the 5 pixel. Now it looks good. Now everything is good, but I still feel like I need more glossy highlights for the wood. So I'm adding the yellow color with the airbrush like this. Also, you can add if you want for the background. So I thought to try some different brushes, and yeah, trying out the watercolor bleed. Okay, and saving this as PNG. So this is our final Jungle Book artwork. So I hope you liked this and learned so much thing new from me. If so, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.